Welcome, everyone. Welcome, gamers, to the Disconnected Esports show match between Mercy One Trick Ponies and Real True Actual Factual. I am Profound Rice. I am one of your casters today. Super excited to be here, and I am joined by the lovely Beppis.
Hi, nice to meet everyone. I'm Z Beppis, the other caster. I'm very excited here to cast the game between Mercy OTPs and Real True Actual Factual. Looking forward to see what can happen between a team with 2,000 plus Mercy hours combined and Avatar Liger and his squad.
Yeah, indeed. We've got some quite big names in these two teams. You guys hopefully will recognize them because these are some pretty big content creator teams that are being involved right now. So if we have a look at one of our teams first, you can see, hopefully you recognize some of these names. So on Mercy One Trick Pony, we have less of the content creators here, but we've got Squirrel, Tanya, Kressel, Anna, and Adlia. These are all Mercy mains. I think except for Kressel. Kressel is a sub, so she's excused from not being a Mercy main, but every single one else on this team are Mercy mains, and they are playing today to have a lot of fun, and I think they're practicing for an upcoming tournament coming up as well. On the other hand, Beppis, would you like to talk us through the other team, True Actual Factual? Real True Actual Factual. Sorry, I better say every single word.
Yes, definitely. Team RTAF. They've got Avatar Liger on the tank. I used to be a former teammate with him. He's an absolute machine on the Reinhardt. Been tearing up the queues recently. Seen him on Twitter, just hit Masters. Well done. Proud of you, my boy. He's got his support lineup is Tawny and Natty, Anna and Mercy. Very good players. See them in the queues a lot. And he's followed up with Perfumer and Punch on the DPS. This team has got a lot of the content creators, and they're going to be making some good content tonight.
Yes, indeed. It'll be really exciting to see what both of these teams pull off because I am going to be super entertained no matter the outcome. Now, let's have a look at the maps that they are going to be playing on. It's going to be the first 2-3 or a best of 5. So we could have, a 3-0 or a 5-3 or whatever sort of combination of these. But whoever reaches the first 2-3 maps will be winning the entire set today. And Samoa, a control map, is our first map. Now, Beppis, what kind of things do you expect on Samoa? It's a really new map, so I'm not sure how settled the meta is, but what would you expect on Samoa?
With Samoa, I'm not too sure from these two teams. Like, with Real True Actual Factual having Avatar Liger, I do expect to see him on the Reinhardt. It is his specialty pick. I really do want to see them playing either a Brawl comp or a Rush comp, so there's close range DPS. Maybe I'm not too sure what their DPS roster specifically plays. Something like a Mei, a Reaper, something close. Lock it in, keep it close, nice and tight. As opposed for the Mercy OTPs, I think I would expect to see them running something similar. Samoa's got that very close control point, like that. It's very closed on 2 of the maps. I'm not sure the actual names of the maps because it's a new. It's obviously new, but there's that one that's open with the jump pad, but the other 2 are relatively closed. So if both teams run Brawl, I expect to see it go well.
Do you think the Reinhardt, if it comes out into play, would go well on this map, or do you just want to see it regardless of whether it does well or not?
A bit of both, really. I want to see Liger on his Reinhardt, but I also think it'd be a really strong pick here.
All right, awesome. That's super exciting to hear. So I believe we are probably ready to go into the game pretty soon. So I don't want to keep you guys waiting in chat for too long. So as soon as we get into the game, which I believe is really soon, we'll get straight in there. But yeah, any predictions, Peppers, before we go in? Who do you think will be taking the first map on Samoa?
First map. Oh, this is a really tough question. I don't think I can answer this because I got friends on both teams.
Oh, so
if I answer it, I'll be in the bin for one of them.
Right, yeah. So it's not because it's tough, it's because you don't want to upset anyone. I see.
Exactly.
Well, I'll say it. I think because it's more of a Broly map, and I think Liger is really strong on the Reinhardt, we might be seeing a bit more of a domination from there, but Kressel is a really strong tank as well, and they are playing the Jungle Queen, which I think is in a good spot at the moment, right, Beppers?
Yeah, we've got two very strong brawl teams here. We've got Real True Actual Factual running Mercy and Ana here. They don't have the Lucio with the Reinhardt, which is going to put them at a little bit of a disadvantage when they are versing Mercy OTP's comp. They don't have the
Mhm.
speed to stick to them. However, Mercy OTP's comp is very strong if they can get close, which, with the speed boost between Shout and Lucio's speed, that's
Ooh.
a lot of gap closing.
Well, I don't think it's a OCE game or Showmatch or tournament with ooh, we have a DC. It's not just a pause. So we'll probably have to wait for that. Fun fact. I believe Cressel and Adlia are actually in the same house at the moment. So I think Adlia isn't playing on her computer, but might be playing on Cressel's computer. But I might be wrong. Maybe Adlia did go home for this. I'm not quite sure, but last time I heard, they were in the same house. So insider information. Maybe the communication between them will be top tier because of it.
They've got very strong team bonding.
Exactly. But yes, hopefully Addy will be able to fix the whatever the issue is and we'll be able to get back into the game. But how do you feel about the two compositions? I think I agree with you. I think Messy One Trick Ponies is a little more like fast paced and brawly, would you say?
Yes, they're really playing like a very strong rush type comp. Like Junker Queen Reaper, that's a lot of damage between those two characters. They've got the Mei to stick to people, wall off people, isolate their targets. If they can speed in and wall off, even if they wall off Reinhardt by himself, like
Ooh, that
the
sounds
real
nasty.
true actual factual have Mercy and Ana, so they don't have anything like an Immortal Lamp to save in. So they're really
Mm,
gonna have to break that wall fast and bail him out, or else it's just over for him. There's a
yeah, that
lot
is
of
true.
damage going straight into him.
So composition wise, which one would you say is stronger?
Personally, I think Mercy OTP's comp is a little bit stronger
Yep,
for the
yep.
brawl composition here. However, it depends on how they play as well. Like,
Exactly, yep.
real true actual factual, running the Sojourn with the Mercy, that's a lot of damage. That damage boost lets the Rail one-shot headshot, because as we know, it's 195 max damage ever since the nerf. So, if they're feeling tappy today on real true actual factual, they're going to be taking some heads off.
Yeah, and that could be pretty upsetting if, say, if they get the first pick, because that first pick is often one of the most vital picks in a team fight before the team fights as the team fight starts.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of damage on both teams, but Mercy OTPs is consistent, while Real True Actual Factual is more of that like burst pick potential.
Mm. Yeah, yeah. Really sorry about the delay, guys. We'll try and fix the delay as soon as we can. But yeah, still not quite sure how we can what's going on at the moment. So just bear with us for a little bit longer. But yeah, hopefully we'll get a really good show coming up. I actually really do enjoy the Samoa map myself, Peppers. I know it's really new, but I think I've sort of fallen in love with it. I think it's really pretty, and I think it also feels good to play on as well. What do you think?
Yeah, it's a really nice map. It's got like a mixture of the open points. It's got that second point. Oh, okay. It's kind of hard for me to explain. You know the one that's like Oasis? Um,
Which Oasis map? There's the Oasis
you
maps.
know that circular one with like the little building in the middle and it's got the high ground?
Okay.
There's that one Samoan map that's like that, and it's just a really fun map. There's
Yep,
so
yep,
many
yep.
angles, and obviously there's the beach, and it just looks really nice.
Yeah, the beach is so pretty. Apparently there's a crab on the beach, and I haven't been able to find it because every time people tell me about the crab, I'm in game, and it was a ranked game, and I'm like, I can't just walk off and find the crab in the middle of a ranked game.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
get done for throwing.
we ended up losing it anyway, so maybe I should have just done it. Whatever. But yeah, I really also like the lava one with the jump pad and everything. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, it's such a cool map design. I've got some insider information. Apparently,
Yes.
Addie's PC has crashed, which is the
Yep.
delay we're waiting for.
Yep.
She is currently on her way back.
That sounds about right. I have a feeling it was a feeling it might be she's not on her usual computer or something like that as well in the computer. It's not as good as a normal computer, so hopefully it'll be all good. Maybe I'm wrong, but yeah. Hopefully we'll be able to still get the whole entire game going as well. We'll be really, really sad if Addy isn't able to play today, but I'm sure the computer will be fine.
Hopefully, yes. It'd be wonderful to just see the games go wonderful. No more disconnects. Like you said, it's not an OCE
Okay, let's not
tournament
say
without
that.
anyone.
Yeah, let's not say no more disconnects just yet. I mean,
Yeah.
we are casting, dare I say it, from disconnected esports after all. The only disconnect we want is disconnected esports.
True.
So we might go to a short break because we're not quite sure how much longer it'll take for the computer to come back on. And then as soon as the computer and Addy and the rest of the team are all ready to play, we'll come back from the break. So we'll see you guys really, really soon. And we are back and unpaused, and we are ready in the game. We have every single member accounted for on both teams, and the point is about to unlock in a few seconds. Already we have Addy being taken out immediately from one-trick ponies, which is very unfortunate as the fight gets overwhelming for multiple people. And one more team player from the Mercy one-trick pony is taken out. Squirrel, the May is out, but actually traded for the other May as well. But the tank, Cressel, is the first one to fall. They did have one less healer, which means real, true, actual Factual are going to take the point after the first fight.
Real true actual Factual went really hard there. You see them just absolutely getting massive value from that Mercy Resurrection in that fight.
Yeah, indeed. It was a really big Mercy resurrect, which helped them stay in control and stay with a number of advantages. The Maywell goes out from both sides, trying to trap Liger, but Liger manages to pin Cressel, the other tank, taking her out of the battle, taking her off the field, and the rest of the team is just falling one by one by one. It's just the two lonely healers left, and they're going to retreat and try and get all the way back to spawn. While real, true, actual Factual are so much in control right now. They have so much control right now.
Yeah, they've got a really strong hold on this point here. As you said, that Vine Charge off the bat taking out Cressel, that was a huge pick. But you can see these guys are just setting up for their walls.
Yeah.
They're really just looking to get a pick right off the start of the fight. Be interesting to see if they get a pick this fight here.
Well, unfortunately, that Maywell just missed out. Liger managed to just stay safe on his side of the town. The Shatter comes out, getting so many of them, as well as the May freeze as well, the ultimate, and that's just a complete slaughter right now. And the rest of the Mercy one-trick ponies try and run back to spawn.
They really are holding this point very strong. They did use 3 ultimates, however. Their Overclock, their Blizzard, and their Shatter. Oh,
Addy is going again!
That is really unfortunate.
Yeah, it's really upsetting, honestly, especially because I'm pretty sure now that the disconnect has happened, they lose their, ultimate charge as well, right?
I believe so. It depends on the workshop code, but I do believe they will be losing their ultimate charge.
Oh, that's really upsetting, honestly. But 75% on this control point so far, with only 25% left to go before real, true, actual, factual get the first round in this map one. How do you think both teams are playing so far? Beppis, how you were talking before about Mercy One Trick Pony is
Mhm.
more of a very rush comp, while True Actual Factual is quite different. What kind of comp style would you give the name
Um,
to it? Would you say it's a
um,
hybrid or
well, their team comp is very brawly. It's just their heal is the only characters that are not really the brawl style characters. Like
yeah?
in a brawl, you'd usually see something like a Bap, a Brig, Lucio, like higher damage, mobility type characters. You wouldn't really see the Mercy there. The Ana can work. Ana is good. It's more they're a mixture of characters, but they are playing the brawl style. They're fighting the rush comp very well. It's more so just the walls are coming up between both the maze,
Yeah.
and I believe that real, true, actual, factual are just getting the higher value walls here. And they've just taken out the Junker Queen really early. They've been hitting some good anti-nades too.
Yeah, yeah, that is true. They do have the anti-nades available from True Actual Factual. Mercy One Trick Pony though does have the Suzu because I do have the Kiriko on their team. But yeah, it's also always all about landing that Suzu correctly as well as the Maywells making sure they land correctly as well. Looking at the ultimates as well, we've got the Mercy Valkyrie coming up, as well as the Nano available for real, true, actual, factual. On the other hand, Mercy One Trick Pony kind of only has three possible ults coming up. The Kiriko Kitsune Rush, the Death Blossom on the Reaper, and the Blizzard from May. How do you feel the next fight will go ahead here from
Um,
here onwards?
I feel like real, true, actual, factual. They've been showing a lot of proactivity. They've been using their ultimates first. As we saw in that last fight, they did not hesitate to just throw them down, win the fight, keep the point, not even let Mercy OTPs get near. So I'm gonna
Mm.
expect to see, with Tawny only 3% away from Nano, I believe he's gonna build Nano, and they're gonna look to, knowing the players on their team, they're gonna Nano Liger, and he's gonna get straight in there, right to the back of their team, and swing on everything.
Yeah, indeed. Did they already use overclock as well from True Actual Factual? Because they're already at 15%, so they can't
Yeah.
combo the nano with that too.
Unfortunately, that's why I think they're gonna Nano the Reinhardt here. They used uh, Overclock, Wizard, and Shatter in their last fight. Looks like we're back
Mm.
into the game now. Although
Looks
I
like we
would
also
love
have
to
a
see Mercy
sub
OTPs.
as well. We have, I think, Fitzy in instead of Addy. So unfortunately, it looks like Addy won't be able to play for the rest of the game. But you also, interesting switch. I want to see how the Moira fits into this game as the Katina Rush from Mercy One Trick Pony is used. The Maywell, though, is blocking most of their team from going in. Tanya gets antied and forced to go away, but has the Death Blossom available. I'm sure wants to use it as soon as they can. Cressel, though, getting extremely low, does manage to survive and get up to point and take down two of the True Actual Factual. The tables are turning. It's overtime. It's the first point, and it's the first time Mercy One Trick Ponies have control of the point.
There's a wonderful fight by Mercy OTPs though. They won that using their Kitsune Rush and their Blizzard. I was gonna say I would love to see them go in with an early Blizzard, because they haven't had chance to showcase their ultimates or their brawling yet.
Really good Maywell coming out, being able to trap Liger in this little room here, taking him down instantaneously, keeping control and forcing True Actual Factual back to spawn again. But the res comes out. They're ready to go in again. And they're all holding the point right here, right just out the doors. Maywell stops and traps from coming in, but Hashasha comes out from the other side. But look at the Death Blossom. Tanya getting three with that Death Blossom. What a fantastic display of strength coming up from Mercy OTP.
Now that was just an absolutely massive combo right there. They had their Mei blocked off with the wall. They forced out Ice Block. The Shatter didn't hit the Junker Queen, and then that was a massive, absolute 5-man rampage, followed up with the Reaper ult.
Yeah, extremely well played, but the ultimates from Factual are outnumbering one Mercy One Trick Pony as the firstly Overclock and the Blizzard gets used by them, taking out firstly Fitzy, the new support. The Mei is also on point and they're going to be taken out as well, traded actually, and it's just looking like it's leaning slightly towards Factual as another Resurrect coming out from them confirms that larger number advantage, and they will get the point. But it's 99%, Beppis. It's overtime. But where is Mercy One Trick Pony? They are in spawn. Moira does manage to touch, and stalling for just slightly bit longer, but gets naded. And the fade is unavailable. They're trying to touch again. Squirrel just managed to touch with Ice Block. Cressel also on the tank comes and touches too. The Blizzard gets used and is doing a little bit of damage, but the fight just keeps dragging on, and Factual just so much have that stronger defense.
Yeah, they managed to take map 1, the real true actual Factual. First point of the map, I mean. So, that fight went really well for them. They used a lot of their ultimate stuff, however, like Mercy OTPs. So, unfortunately with their DCs early on in this round, they did have a bit of a messed up ultimate economy.
Yeah.
They played it very well though. It was nice to see those fights coming out. Point going back and forth a few times.
Is Liga saying to the Mercy, well played?
Indeed.
I think he's talking
the Mercy
to them.
saying well played.
Unsure. It could be the Mercy saying well played to them, or Liga saying well played to the Mercy. Sorry,
It'd be interesting to see. Mercy
yeah.
OTPs have changed their characters here. They're running double hit scan.
Ooh.
Be very interesting. Maybe they somehow knew there's going to be a pharmacy. They could sense it. They've got their Mercy instincts. They could smell her.
It is a very open map indeed, so the pharmacy does make sense, but there's going to be a trade coming through straight away. Punch is taken out, but in exchange, the tank, Cressel for Mercy One Trick Ponies, is out as well. And it looks like Factual is going to take the point for a little bit as Mercy One Trick Ponies regroup in spawn.
Yeah, real true actual Factual are getting a lot of value out of this Mercy. A lot of these picks that Mercy OTPs are getting are just getting resurrected.
That is true, yeah. It's really unfortunate for them. Looks like the fight is going to be happening here as Tanya is trying to get a different flank angle, but he's forced back and has to approach the point from the main entrance instead. Cressel is leading the charge as the tank, and they are on the point right now, but not quite making much space at the moment as the rest of the team is getting decimated by the Pharah in the back line. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where is the team? They are in spawn.
That was an absolutely massive flanker in that Pharah. Just picking up half the team with one ultimate.
Yes, indeed. That was beautifully played by Perfumer there.
Be interesting to see what Mercy OTPs do here to try and retake this point here. You've really got to put some of these ultimates that they're building straight into work. Perhaps they could get something big with the back wall.
Ooh, maybe they don't need the ultimate at all because Soldier there just took down Pharah instantly, and the Mercy is getting extremely low. Here comes the Valkyrie and a Window Baptiste's Matrix doing a lot of damage, but it's still not quite enough. No one else has been taken out. Punch though with a huge microwave beam doing lots of damage in the backline, but will be taken out by Fitzy. This Mercy, Fitzy tries to revive the Punch, but unfortunately isn't able to, and it looks like it's back and forth, but it's 96%, 97%, 98%. If they don't touch now, it's gonna be map 1 to true actual Factual.
It's a really clean fight by Real True. There was a lot of back and forth moments there, like we saw the Nano Symmetra looking like she's gonna run down everybody, and then he gets taken out by Fitzy on Mercy.
Yeah.
And then Fitzy goes for the res and she gets taken out by Liger on Reinhardt. There's just picks and back and forth and back and forth. Really well played by both teams though. An absolutely just massive ult here by the Pharah. Real
Mm.
True Actual Factual really just looked to control the point very strongly there.
No,
How do you
that
think the matchup was there, Righty?
I feel like we did see quite a good game from the second half of the first point from Mercy One Trick Ponies, where they managed to get the point back and get it to 80% from 0%. But after that, yeah, things just weren't as good. I thought hopefully they'll be able to take the second point, but unfortunately, True Actual Factual. Oh, it's True Actual Fact. Did the name change on us?
Is it?
No,
I think
okay,
it's
it was just
Factual, it's
shortened.
just cut
Yeah,
off.
it is Factual. Okay, the producer just changed it on us. So, True Actual Factual, just really, really strong on that second point, especially with that Farah.
Yeah, I think a large thing as well, on that first round, they were getting so much value out of the resurrections from the Mercy on their team comp. On the second round, it was a lot more even with both teams having the Mercy. When Real True Actual Factual got a res, Mercy OTP's got a res as well. It
Mm.
was definitely, even though they got 100% zeroed on round 2, their fights seemed to look a lot more evenly matched.
Yeah, a little bit more back and forth with some of those fights, but here we are. Let's look at the next map. I believe Rialto has been chosen. If we're following the same rule set, which I believe we are, that is the losers choosing the next map. So I believe this is One Trick Pony, a Mercy OTP choosing this escort map from the set of games that are available. So Rialto, what do you expect to see on Rialto's Abepis?
On Rialto, there's a lot of high ground on the first map, so as much as I know these teams and know that Reinhardt's not the best at controlling high ground, it's Liger. I'm going to be seeing a Reinhardt. I know. He's going to make it work. He'll find a way. He does not give up. He's relentless. He's going to go Ryan. But Mercy OTPs, I'm not too sure what I expect to see. We've seen the Sigma, we've seen the Junker Queen. Between those two picks, I think if they're not going to play a new tank, I think we're going to see the Sigma. It would be interesting to see any sniper character picks from either of the teams. I do love
Ooh.
seeing snipers, especially on Rialto. Lots of long line of sights. Amazing pick potential.
No, yeah, I definitely see that as a possibility as well as a Beppa. So I think it'll be really cool to see a Widow. But we'll be able to see in 1 second. We do see a Widow. Perfumer there is playing Widow on True Actual Factual.
And we've got Diva coming out on Mercy OTPs. It's a very strong pick for Rialto first. Can control the high grounds, drop down when needed, protect the team with defense matrix. Very strong. It'll be interesting to see if the Diva can deny Perfumer on the Widowmaker, because no one else on that team can really control the high ground except for the Diva.
That is true, yeah. There's a lot of mobility available on Diva, but on the side of True Actual Factual, there's not as much mobility or upward mobility available. So let's see if the Widow can get the first shot from Spawn. Doesn't get any pick straight away, but is still on the lookout as the point slowly moves around the corner. Well, Reinhardt does manage to find the high ground, but the Mei won't find him as well. Tries to charge into the Mei, but the Mei just icicles much better. But the Perfumer on the Widow manages to get the headshot. And Kressel will be falling to the Sombra, who flanked and got her. Perfumer here on the Widow, tries to get another shot in, but Liger is just absolutely brawling his heart out in the front lines.
And these teams are taking some really good angles. If you look at Real True Actual Factual, they've got Widowmaker on the off angle, Sombra looking for some flanks. They're really controlling the zones right now very effectively.
They are indeed. Squirrel here. They will try and contest the lines that they have available and try and take down Perfumer on the Widow. Try and stop them here before they are going to take this point, because there's only 5 meters left. Everyone is up, and ultimates are available too. Liger has the Shadow available. That's the only ultimate right now, and it goes out, getting 3, but the Suja cleanses them. Skrill, on the other hand, manages to take down Perfumer. The Widow that was messing up their backline. A huge nade goes out, and Liger capitalizes on it and takes out 1, 2. Fitzy also out. Mercy One-Trick Ponies are falling. Well, the point is moving.
That was an absolutely huge fight from both teams. There's a massive shatter from Liger, and then just as massive Suzu, just to cleanse all three of them. And then Liger managed to clean up, getting nanoed and picking off the Tracer. And then the EMP hits like the entire team of Mercy OTPs. Very well played from both teams. A nice clean fight from RTAF though.
Yes, indeed. But now that you've mentioned all the ultimates as well, Beppers, that was a lot of ultimates that Realtrue actually used, wasn't it?
Yeah, Mercy OTP is definitely having the ult advantage for this next fight here. It'll be interesting to see what they use.
Well, first one has been used. The pulse bomb was used, but it didn't actually get anyone out. But 4 ultimates are left on their side. Looks like they're going to be a big contestation here, and it's a Reinhardt v charge going in, and Tawny Perfumer taking out 2. Mercy One-Trick Ponies, the defenders are down 2 players, and even with the invulnerability field, it doesn't do anything. A solo shatter on the D.Va confirms the next checkpoint. Oh, or not.
Really just rolling through here.
Tracer is stalling for a little bit longer, but the inevitable will happen as Perfumer overclocks and takes down 1 or 2 more players. But actually,
Those OTPs here seem to be staggering a little bit.
They are. They're trying to hold for as long as they can. They're using the Kitsune Marshall, using the D.Va D-Mech as well, trying to stay as long as possible. The window gets used. Lots of damage going up. And it looks like actually, I thought it was over.
Yeah,
they
managed to retake.
And yeah, they have the point back. They did not, True Actual Factual did not cap. I called it way too early.
Yeah, that was really well played by Mercy OTPs. They managed to, well, they were staggering a bit. RTAF got a few good picks on them early. They didn't have chance to use their ults. They were sat on 5 ultimates for quite a while there. But they managed to come out in time. They sent out that Kitsune rush, pushed on point, managed to get the picks they needed, and saved point 2 from getting capped.
Yeah, really, really well played. But speaking of Kitsune Rush, that is the one ultimate available for True Actual Factual for this next fight. Be interested to see if they start using it. As Perfumer does take out Skrill, that's the first pick taken out in this fight here. Tanya, though, going on a flank, trying to get rid of the annoying Sombra. But Sombra does get away, but does activate the visors from the flank angle, taking out 1, taking out 2, and then the D.Va bomb, confirming a 3rd. Mercy One-Trick Pony showing us what they can really accomplish in this game.
They used 3 ultimates there. They used the Pulse Bomb, Soldier Visor, and D.Va Bomb. So now both teams looking for these fights. They're gonna, I think RTF might look for an EMP opener here.
Ooh, Punch tried to do a bit of a flank there, but does get pushed away from the rest of the team of Mercy One-Trick Ponies. But we'll go in again. He does have EMP available here.
We've almost got the EMP shutter coming up here. 10%, 3% on Liger now.
Yeah, and
I think we're going to see an EMP
nasty.
shatter.
Well, Fitzy has been taken out, and so an EMP will be used as well. Shatter comes out, everything is getting used, and it's so much destruction is happening from the side of Realtrue Actual Factual. Mercy One-Trick Ponies here will be falling surely 1 by 1.
Yeah, so we saw that massive EMP shutter. Nothing you can do about that really from Mercy OTPs. Needed the Suzu, but I think Kiriko got caught in the EMP. And just a clean point taken by Realtrue Actual Factual.
And they just kind of cleaning up and forcing them back all the way into their spawn now, Beppis.
Yeah, we see a swap here. We're seeing an Orisa pick on Mercy OTPs instead of a D.Va. Be interested to see how that performs against the Reinhardt, especially Fortify and the Spear. Lots of CC, easy to control Reinhardt a bit more.
Yeah, indeed, as we saw the Spear coming out from the melee to stop the charge, but the Kitsune Rush is coming out, and huge headshot coming from Cressel, taking out Punch. That is the first opening pick, and this time it's on True Actual Factual. There's a couple more, Tanya also gets taken out though, making it a trade, and Skrill as well, so there are no DPS left, so here comes the defense, the Sorry, the window coming out from Bitsy to do more damage, but Bitsy gets taken out too. There's not much damage left for Mercy One Trick Ponies, but Cressel is the damage maker, taking out Perfumer. Liger punching his way through everything. Doesn't manage to get anyone with the charge, but doing lots of damage and swings at Titania with the nano and the shatter, dancing around on point, saying, this is my point. Get off my point. I need to get it into the spawn. Though here comes Orisa with their ultimate as well, trying to keep them off. It's just back and forth, and the sustain is insane from the supports, from the healers. But Nausicaa, the Orisa from Mercy One Trick Pony will fall, as well as Tanya, bringing us to round 1 of map 2.
That was such a close fight right at the end. We had 2 massive ults coming up as well. If that fight just went a few seconds longer. Would have had the soldier visoring, Symmetra walling. Everything was just about to go crazy.
Yeah, the soldier tried to visor right at the end, but the swing from Liger took him out.
Yeah, Liger nanoed on the point there, just swinging. He was zoning the absolute space so well. No one could even approach him. Tracer blinking around, just... You can't do that, you get 2 hit.
Especially when you need to keep touching that point when it's like right at the end there to keep defending it.
Yeah, that's just the struggle of the overtime fights really. Have to try and stall for the Orisa to get there, but unfortunately we lost players in the time. But what can you really do there? You either die stalling for your Orisa or you just let them cap.
Both. Well, I mean, one is worse than the other, so...
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how the attack goes for Mercy OTPs on the defense for Real True Actual Factual. With the Reinhardt on defense, he's definitely better on attack than on defense for this map, I feel. With Mercy OTPs going back to running Diva, if they take high ground and they put their hit scan up on high ground, oh, never mind, they're going back to the Orisa. They're going for that brawl. They're trying to take Liger on head-to-head.
With a Bastion.
It'll be interesting to see how Bastion goes as a hit scan against the Pharmacy as well.
Oh, nope, they're switching!
Yep.
Yeah, so there is a Pharmacy. Soldier is a hit scan, indeed. And they are already harassing the Pharmacy, which is really important from them. But look at the damage. Look at the aggression coming out from Orisa onto Reinhardt. And Reinhardt just got bodied by them. And the point is moving quite aggressively now.
Reinhardt just got absolutely melted by Team Mercy OTPs. And now they're just absolutely powering through this corner. Usually this corner is a very hard choke to break against good Reinhardt team.
But Reinhardt is back, and Perfumer managed to get that beautiful headshot into Squirrel. So One Trick Ponies are down 1, and their tank is back, which means the tank is going ham with the charge, taking out Nausicaa. So that's 2 vital picks.
I think Mercy OTP's plan here is really, with that Zen pick, they're really just trying to focus down Liger, absolutely melt his health bar, take him out the fight and just power through. And it worked in the first fight. It'll be interesting to see if Real True Actual Factual adapts to play around their Discord usage.
Yeah, with the they originally chose Bastion, right? So maybe that was part of their plan to whittle down Liger as quickly as they can. But they didn't. They obviously don't want the Pharah to have free reign. But Squirrel takes out the Ashe really smoothly. The Resurrect comes through, but Cressel does confirm the kill as well on the Mercy. So have a bit of advantage. Nano comes out as well. She's trying to. Is that on the Bob? That was on the Bob, right?
Oh, I believe so, yes. The Nano hit the Bob in the back. Oh, Liger's off the map. That is huge.
That is really, really good for Mercy One Trick Ponies, yes. And they're going to try and chase down the Pharah now. Pharah actually uses their ultimate as well, taking out 1, but...
It takes out 1, but I feel like that may have just been a waste of an ultimate here. It'll be interesting to see what Mercy OTPs do here. As long as they regroup and don't stagger here, they're in a really good position here.
Perfumer has switched now to Echo, but the visor from Squirrel going hard, stopping the Pharmacy from wrecking havoc. The shadow comes out from the Reinhardt, but doesn't actually get much value, and it's kind of just stalling for a little bit longer, but Nautica has that Arisa ult, is going in, uses it, does a lot of damage, taking out one, as well as bringing down Reinhardt to his knees as well. Mercy gets bombarded by all those bullets, and they finally chase down the little old Anna Tawny player as well in the back.
Yeah, that was an absolutely massive fight for Mercy OTPs. Fitzy hit a 3-man anti-ing all of Real True Actual Factual except for their backline. And then the Orisa ult just finishing the job, killing 3 instantly, essentially. Just let them take first point absolutely with ease right there. Be interesting to see what they do, only having Bat Wall and Reaper ult here. How they're going to take the fight on.
Yeah, and yeah, the just 2 ultimates available, but the aggression is real from Liger, but it's going to get punished with it as Nausicaa decides to turn around and target him, but the anti lands on Nausicaa, meaning they have to fall back slightly. The window coming out as you code, but the punch on the Genji, when did that switch happen? Takes out 2, Liger the charging on Nausicaa as well as taking out Reaper. So much damage coming out from that duo of punch on Liger.
Yeah, that's a huge pick. I didn't see where the nano went. Did you see where the nano went?
Probably Liger, I guess. I did not, so unfortunately, but yeah, it's most likely Liger. And then Liger got the ultimate from the nano and managed to shadow as well during that fight.
Nano probably would have been saving him when we saw him getting bullied by the Orisa. He had an Orisa and a Reaper just running him down. Managed to live while Punch got those 2 massive picks, like he said. They have Blade coming up and Overclock. It'll be interesting to see how they take this fight.
Well, the tank is already out. Liger managed to take out the Winston. There's another switch coming in. What do you think about the Winston pick, Beppis?
The Winston, I feel like they've picked the Winston here to counter the Genji pick. So it'll be interesting to see how the Winston and the Tracer play well together if they dive targets. They, like, with Real True Actual Factual having Kiriko and Ana, if they can get that Ana, then that should be a decent, easy kill for them, as long as they space and set up correctly.
Well, the Nano has been used on the Reaper, who also has Death Blossom available. Does use it, but the pin coming out from Liger, massive, probably predicted, and Punch here does use the blade, is antied while blading, but does manage to take out 2, even well antied and low. Skrill does clean up Punch, but not before the damage was done. He took out both supports.
And there was a lot of ultimates used on both teams here. Not all actually. They only used Blade for Real True Actual Factual, whereas they used Reaper ult and Nano on Mercy OTPs. It's interesting to see they've gone back to the Zenyatta and they've got the Bastion back now. So they're definitely going for that high damage output to try and melt the Reinhardt, it seems.
Well, the damage is being done as Nausicaa takes out both Tawny and Perfumer. Fitzy, who's now on Zen, takes out Punch as well, and Kressel takes out the clone, Kiriko, meaning they might be able to cap this here. It's gonna be close.
Looks like they're maybe going to have it contested.
Oh no, just manage it.
They just capped it by the tip of a toothpick.
I like that, I like that. Overclock coming out from Real True Actual Factual, as well as the Shadow, committing 2 ultimates into this fight. Liger taking out 2, is finally taking down. The Giant has been taken out, but Nausicaa falls. The tank for Mercy One Trick Ponies. So they're gonna have to regroup back and spawn again.
Be interested to see how Mercy OTPs approach this. They've swapped to the Diva as their tank now. I'd expect to see them entry here with the Kitsune Rush, try and force their way in through the choke.
Yeah, that as you called it, your profit as they use the Kitsune Rush, try and push through. In return, the other Kitsune Rush is used as well, and the Nano comes out, trying to get as much damage in. Blossom gets used, but Zen just pops his ultimate and waits, but the so much damage coming out from the rest of the team of True Actual Factual just cleans up once again. 30 seconds left though, Beppis.
Yeah, a lot of ultimates coming out here. Like, Real True Actual Factual, they will have time to build Perfumer's overclock in this fight here for the overtime. Whereas Mercy OTPs, they have nothing at all coming up. They do have Bastion right now, but that's it. So hopefully they can get some high value out of it, because that's what they need to really push through this choke and win the fight.
Well, they do actually get Tawny. That I would say is massive value, and both supports are now fallen. And I think they will be able to push a bit further, but whether or not they'll be able to cap is a completely different matter.
Yeah, that was absolutely massive from Tanya on the Bastion. Getting one pick and leaving the Ana on about 10 health off of the ultimate. D.Va just flew in, cleaned up 2 more picks. Now it's a true neutral fight. As I said, Perfumer's now got overclock. That's the only ultimate for this fight here. It'd be interesting to see how much value that can achieve with D.Va still alive.
And D.Va is a bit close to her D.Va mech, I believe. But Squirrel does manage to take out Tawny. That's one of the main supports, which is really, really important. The second support is gone as well. Both supports down. All they need to do is just kill. And kill they do as Liger gets taken out as well. But Squirrel is going to be the first one to fall for Mercy One Trick Pony's punch. Uses the Death Blossom, taking out Fitzy, but it's still in the hands of Mercy One Trick Ponies. But how much longer can they push? It's still in overtime, and they're trying to do their best. The tank is out, and that's the last person on this point. No one else is around, and they will lose control and lose the game. Real True wins the game.
Yeah, Real True played that last fight really well. The overclock didn't get too much value, but it put so much pressure onto the D.Va to defense matrix. The rest of the team managed to collapse on point, get some kills. Squirrel did pick up a few kills there, very high value, but unfortunately just got traded back by Perfumer. Really managed to keep it equal. Here we see how Punch just managed to kill people in the backline during that fight. Absolutely going crazy.
Yeah, there was some really vital picks. I think. What do you think of the Genji switch there, Beppis? We didn't really get to talk about it during the middle of the game, but how was the Genji switch?
I mean, they've got Tawny on the Ana, so they do have that Nano Blade potential. We didn't see a Nano Blade, but, you know, the option's there if it aligns and they want to do it. They do seem to love nanoing Reinhardt, because, well, he doesn't want to enable Liger. He's the Reinhardt of OCE. It is interesting seeing the Genji, though. It's a lot of high ground on Rialto, as I said. He can go wherever he wants. He can poke from different angles, build charge. If someone gets hit by a Fire Strike, he can dash on them, and that's a very easy cleanup kill for him.
He did get a lot of value on that Genji, so it was really cool to see indeed how well they performed. What other things? Is there any other heroes or players in particular from that map that you want to highlight?
I do think at the start of the game, when Mercy OTPs rolled out on the Bastion, I do think it was a little bit interesting to see the Bastion go back and swap to a Soldier. I do personally think that running the Bastion would have been stronger at the start against the enemy Reinhardt with their Zenyatta comp that they were running. Like, as we saw on second point, they even swapped back to running the Bastion and the Zenyatta, and it worked well for them then. So
Yeah.
I do think it would have been really strong for them just to run off the bat with that comp.
Yeah, I think the Bastion would have been a really interesting call, but we'll see what they'll play in the next map, which could potentially be the last one. This is a first to 3, but it could also go for another 3 more games. After all, Mercy One Trick Pony could come in with the reverse sweep. What a show that would be, Beppis, if we get a reverse sweep.
That would be absolutely crazy, wonderful to witness.
So it's going to be Coliseo or Esperanza as the 2 options for the next map. That's one of the I forgot the name of the type of map, Beppis. Do you remember the name of the type of those maps?
Push maps.
That's
the
a
one.
push. Yeah.
Everybody's favorite mode.
That's why it removed it from my brain. Oh, Beppis! Well, I have a little bit of a break. I thought I'd like to quiz your brain for a little bit. So,
Yeah.
new season coming up in a few days, and with that new season, we get a new game mode. I think it's called Clash. How do you feel about this new Clash game mode? Have you seen it?
I have not heard of Clash, to be honest. Can you clue me in? What is Clash consisting of?
I'll do my best to explain it. While where, oh yeah, let's see. We're on Colosseo, a push map. That's the next map, and that could be the potentially last map of the day here, but it could go longer. So we'll see. I'm really excited to see how it goes. So Colosseo. But yes, a clash map is, I guess it's not quite like a push map. So if you think of push, like you're pushing along a payload, right?
Yep.
Clash is sort of the same type of thing, but instead of pushing a payload, you're trying to get points, like a control point instead. So there's going to be 5 control points. Two
Yep.
of them are going to belong to each team, and the one in the middle, when you start the game, is going to be up for contestation. Now, whoever wins that gets control of that one, and while the other team will lose control of one of their maps, and then that map gets contested.
Ah, yep.
I mean, not
Yeah,
map,
this
that
sounds very
control point.
interesting.
Yeah, I believe that's how it works, but we'll see in a few days, won't we, Bethis?
Yeah, so this must be the replacement for 2CP.
Yep, it's not 2 CP, it's 5
5
CP.
You ever complain about 2 control points? Here's 5 of them.
Exactly. What a gorgeous map, though. This is Colosseo, a push map, and it is our 3rd map of the day in our first to 3 game between Mercy One True Ponies and True Actual Factual.
Yeah,
What do you
it's
think of these
interesting
team
to see the
compositions?
comps,
Yeah.
We've got Mercy OTPs with Doomfist and Doomfist Tracer running Pharmacy as well. Chiriko is the ground healer, really. When you're running Pharmacy, she's going to be by herself. She has Suzu, she has Teleport, very survivable. Meanwhile, we've got Echo with a Life Weaver and an Ana to heal. I do like seeing a Widowmaker. Widowmaker's really nice on this first section of Colosseo. There's a very long line sight. Just down here, you can see the entire enemy team. You've got that Reinhardt in front of you shielding you. Interesting to see if there's any Widow picks here. If there's even a single Widow pick here, it'll be massive. Can be fight winning, and you know how important that first fight is on push map. Can really dictate the outcome of the game.
No, that is very true. But no picks, actually, yet from the Widow. Nausicaa doing their best to harass and stop any picks from being happening, but instead chooses to target Liger and punch him away from the rest of the team. Not able to do any damage yet, but going after the Life Weaver, who is extremely low. The Squirrel, who's also on the back, trying to dive with him, does get taken out, as well as Fitzy, the Mercy. And now Doomfist gets taken out too. It looks like True Actual Factual are gonna be in control and take the robot for a walk.
Yeah, Perfuma really just popped off there, getting a few strong, really good picks on the flank. Tawny getting the kill on Squirrel as well, massive, right at the bat. Anti-nade on the Squirrel, gets the pick. They've now got their dupe rolling up here, they've got their Ana's Nano popping up. They've really got a strong combo here to take the next fight as well.
Unfortunately.
Nano Echo.
Yeah, ooh. So unfortunately the Mercy was taken out, but in exchange Tanya took out the Widow. Mercy One True Ponies are down 1 still though, and the Echo completely decimates Tanya, but not before Cressel takes revenge. So Fitzy is on Mercy and does have the Resurrect available. So brings back the Pharmacy back, but Liger has Shadow available. I wonder who will be shadowing as Squirrel manages to stick one, but will unfortunately get charged instead. Nausicaa uses the punch to take out Tawny, and as well as Natty, both supports are down from True Actual Factual. And Mercy One True Pony are able to push the robot for a little bit longer.
These fights are just absolutely chock full of action. We see Squirrel hitting a pulse bomb, Life Weaver's nanoed, the pulse bomb doesn't kill because of the nano, gets charged. There's just so much action going on everywhere. They do have control of the bot now, they're taking it back. They're approaching, oh actually they've taken the victory now, they're in the winning position right now. It'll be interesting to see, there's 3 ultimates on Real True Actual Factual, only 2 on Mercy OTPs. Interesting to see what's going to come out.
Well, first one comes out is the Shatter, as well as the Echo copy from Perfuma. But both the DPS were taken out, and not before the barrage was used by Tanya, and Tanya doesn't get any value from it. And that means that True Actual Factual are gonna just be in a lot better advantage for not just next fight, but this fight as well.
Yeah, we do see as well that last fight, Punch is swapped onto Cassidy, I mean, sorry. And just got massive value. Picked off 2 right off the bat. That hinder from the grenade, helping him just take out Tracer without any of that blinking or recalling. Now he's coming up on High Noon. They have Life Weaver. Maybe we're going to see Cassidy High Nooning on a little petal. Get some big picks.
But here it goes on the paddle as Dakota just barely by the skin of the teeth. Tiny managed to survive, but so Punch rolls on the corner and punches her to death. Fitzy though will be resurrecting Tanya. Not before Perfumer though takes down Tanya again. Does not live for long. Nausicaa though wrecking absolute havoc, landing down back on the ground with the ultimate to try and get some more damage. Liger a little bit low, but swinging his hammer wide and true, taking out so many more players as well. Mercy One Trick Ponies are gonna be forced back into their spawn as Rutra Actual Factual are back in the lead. They're at 50 meters, while Mercy One Trick Ponies are at 47.
Yeah. We've got some good strong ultimates coming up here from Mercy OTPs. We've got Pulse Bomb on Squirrel. That could be one good strong pick.
Ooh.
If she can get in the back line and stick the Ana or the Life Weaver, that it could be absolutely fight winning. We've also got the Kitsune Rush. I do think we're going to see the Kitsune Rush come out here. It'll be interesting to see. There's no other real fight winning ultimates. Liger will probably build his Shatter. They seem to have just won this on a dry fight, however.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate. 3 people just got taken out one after the other. As you said, it's a dry fight. No ultimates used.
Yeah.
Oh, they used Tree.
Oh, yeah, they used their Tree. I mean, that's a very strong ult, to be fair, Tree. But now they've got their Shatter coming up. They've got their Echo dupe. They're halfway to Noon, halfway to Nano. They're in a very strong position here.
Yeah, but Nausicaa does manage to take out one of their supports, which is really unfortunate for them. But Fumit using the copy, using the duplicate, does take out the Castle in return. Heinen gets used, taking out the tank. This is in their control, and they have taken also the close spawn. They are going to just have full control of the map for the next few meters.
And that was an absolutely massive duplicate from Perfumer. Managed to take out 4, getting 1 with the focusing beam, then 3 with the Cassidy duplication. However, we do have Mercy OTPs coming out of spawn, 3 ultimates, almost have the Meteor Strike on Doom, almost have the High Noon on Cassidy. That's basically a whole team of ultimates. Let's see how they play it here.
Well, here comes Valkyrie first to try and help push it out, as well as the Kitsune Rush. Lots of damage. Copy coming out. It's a Reinhardt copy. They go in. They're whacking everything. They're boosted. They are pocketed, but it's not going to be enough heals as they get taken out on focus straight away. The copy is over. But Screw, round the corner, does a lot of damage. Heinen coming out from them. Taking out Punch, though, with the headshot straight after the High Noon. Punch even says "or" in chat because they thought it was really strong. And Mercy One Trick Ponies back in control, but look at the ultimates they just invested, Beppis.
Yeah, they put a lot of investment into that. They do, however, have halfway to another Meteor Strike. Their Echo's quickly building ult now, already halfway back. Be interesting to see if they can manage to build that Echo dupe for the next fight with how much damage they're putting out. The Mercy damage boost really helping that charge fast.
That is true, yeah. They do definitely need some ultimates for this fight. As you can see, Liger already has Shadow available, and he is going right in the middle of that fight. It looks like he wants to use it as he stuffs poor Doofus into a corner and whacks him to death. And they are in control. Liger is holding the point, not letting anyone get near that robot, as Punch uses his hinder and aim to just take down everyone around him.
Yeah, the damage boost on the Cassidy just puts out so much damage as well. Just absolutely obliterating them in a close range. Very hard to kill. Well, it'll be interesting to see what goes on here. They've got almost Valk coming up for Real True Actual Factual. They've still got Shatter, still got Dupe.
But here comes the duplicate on the Perfume again. Once again using Cassidy. Very comfortable on the Cassidy. But will be taken out instead by Skrill, who proves that actually I am a good Cassidy as well. Nausicaa though will be punching Perfumer, who got... But the Nausicaa did get really, really low. And so that doesn't mean that Bunch of Pony will be able to take the point back. 107 meters of Beppis versus 47. That's a 50-meter difference. No, 60?
And they've only got 2 minutes as well to push it back. They've got Yeah, 60 meters. 2 minutes to do it. They do have the ultimate advantage, I believe.
Well, first
Their
one to get
ultimates
used
should be stronger.
is Kitsune Rush. Not able to get anyone just yet. They also used an echo copy too on an Ana, getting a lot of antis, heals of value from it, but no kills just yet. Doomfist gets charged in return and gets really low with a shadow coming out from Lighter, gets 3. They do also use High Noon as well, taking out Cressel. That is a lot of damage, a lot of ultimates used by actual Factual, but the time and the distance, Beppis, it's not in their advantage.
It was looking really good for Team Mercy OTPs off the start. The dupe on the Ana can be very strong, lets you anti the enemies. Very strong, just anti alone. It's a game-changing ability. Can build nanos, but unfortunately she got antied herself off the dupe and just died. They have used a lot of their ultimates on Real True Actual Factual. They swapped their Echo to an Ashe. They've almost got Bob. It'd be very interesting. Like, Mercy OTPs doesn't really have any ults except for High Noon coming back to really stop them from just taking this. It's going to be very hard for them to take this game back at this point.
Well, speaking of High
That
Noon,
60 meters growing.
96%, trying to do a flame, but is getting extremely low. Has it available, but will be taken out. Tanya, though, on the other hand, also gets taken out as well. Bob gets used, as you mentioned, but Mercy 1-2 ponies have no damage, no DPS left on the point. While they are versing 3 DPS, basically the Bob and 2 DPS. So lots of damage coming out right now. Heine, though, from Skrill, gets charged into death. And there's only a few meters left and only 10 seconds left. It looks like it's going to be lots of ultimates invested from the Meteor Strike, but Meltica is very low. Newcastle trying to do their best to keep them up, but the anti comes out, taking them down. Fitzy with a last-ditch effort resurrects. Tiny, though, just managed to touch point, but it's like 1 meter left. And that is game. That is map 3. That is real, true, actual factuals victory.
It's very well played by them at the end. GG's coming out all in the chat. We're going to see Punch 9K with his play of the game. Oh, this was when he first swapped to Cassidy and got 2 picks off the bat, which was absolutely massive.
Ooh.
There's a huge pick on the Pharah there. Brilliant shot. Took out both the DPS right at the beginning of that fight.
Yeah, and does shut down that ultimate as well, preventing any value from it.
Yeah, so there's a lot of back and forth between those 2 teams on that 3rd point. However, towards the back end of that game, I feel Mercy OTPs really lost their control towards the back end. Real True Actual Factual, they were just getting a lot of value on the Echo. Every dupe they were doing, they were killing 2 or 3 players. It's absolutely massive.
Absolutely, indeed. I thought they all played, it was really fun to watch every single one of them. And I did like how, even though it was a 0-3, I did like how strong Mercy One-Trick Ponies looked in quite a few of those fights as well. Who would you say though the MVP of True Actual Factual would be?
True Actual Factual, I would say it's a tough choice to make right now because there was a lot of good plays from all the players. Like, there's a lot of moments where Punch shined. He was killing like 3 people on the Cassidy. He was really just cleaning up and wiping lobbies by himself. But then there's also Liger on the Reinhardt. He was taking so much space, absolutely decimating. But then Tawny's enabling them all with the Nano and the Antis. However, personally, from the 3rd map, I think the biggest MVP, in my opinion, would have been from Perfumer on the Echo. All of that Echo plays, the dupes were incredible. That first fight got 2 picks, won them the first fight, just so much presence in the air.
Yeah, no, I was personally thinking I would lean towards Perfumer. As you mentioned, every single person you mentioned there was really, really strong in particular. But Perfumer on that last fight, recency bias and everything like that. But Perfumer did exceedingly well on the Echo with all the duplicates. Did well as basically everything they duplicated as well.
Yes, it's just absolutely amazing gameplay from all of them, however, like, including Mercy OTPs as well. It'd be really... Who do you think was the MVP of Mercy OTPs out of their players?
I would say possibly. I kind of want to say Fitzy just for coming in because of the DC. That is a very MVP move. Just in general.
Yeah,
Otherwise, without Fitzy
coming
coming
in
in,
clutch,
there
keeping the
would
tournament
be
going with
no
Showmatch.
game at all tonight. Um, but I think I would probably give it to maybe ooh, who was on Echo in the last fight? I think there was some really cool fights from Echo as well. Was it
I believe that
Squirrel?
was Tanya
Oh,
on Echo.
Tanya. Yeah, true. It was Tanya. I think Tanya's was really strong in general. As well as I think the Kiriko was really, really strong too. I think did a lot of good cleanses and saves, and I think one headshot as well. The Kiriko did a lot of damage output, being a support and a lot of heals as well. So I think
Yeah,
that
the
was
Kiriko
really
was
well
doing
rounded.
absolute work,
I think it
especially
was
even on
Cressel.
Rialto
Yeah.
as well. Yeah, I believe Kressel on Kiriko, on
Mm.
Rialto as well, and that third point of Rialto, just taking off heads.
Yes, yes, yes. So those would be, I think, my two MVPs. Probably if I had to pick one, probably Cressel on the Kiriko as the one MVP for Mercy One Trick Ponies. But yeah, I think with that, that is the end of the night. A short one, but a good, sweet one. And I believe these teams are going to be playing in the upcoming Overwatch community streamer face-off tournament, which I believe is for charity for Wires. In I think next weekend, so Saturday and Sunday. So if you guys want to watch these two amazing content creator teams play again, make sure you tune in for that. Unsure what Twitch platform, which Twitch channel it'll be on. So just have a look on Twitter on I think Pog's tweets, and you'll be able to see where that will be. But we are going to have another disconnected esports tournament as well on Sunday, a show match on Sunday. So if you can't wait till next weekend, definitely come this Sunday for the next tournament here on Disconnected Esports. It's been absolutely lovely casting with you, Beppers, and watching the games, watching Missy One Trick Ponies and Factual Factual. So thank you everyone for joining us. And Beppers, thank you so much for casting with
Yeah,
me.
yeah, thank you. Thank you for casting with me. It's been wonderful casting, and hopefully I did a good job.
You did great, honestly. You kept the cast going. So thank you so much for
Yeah,
casting with me.
definitely been a great, enjoyable night, and I hope everyone who's watched the stream tonight enjoyed it. Hope everyone who participated had a good time.
Yeah. I hope so as well. Thank you so much, Beppers, and thank you to you guys. We'll see you guys another time. Bye bye.